dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Six Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about the Royal Rumble 1993. Yes, 1993. I went back in time, January 24th, that is, in Sacramento, California, at the Arco Arena with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan on commentary. The reason I went and watched this show, because I really wanted to watch the first Raw. And I did a review for it, and I put that podcast up, and people tell me they're enjoying it, and they want a little more of this. And that show was talking about the Royal Rumble coming up and everything, and I'm kind of sad that Netflix does not have all of the Raws up. So, because I was like, oh, that'd be cool to watch it from here, see the build, how they build to the Royal Rumble, and blah, blah, blah. No, it like skips. It goes the first Raw, then it skips to the Raw after Royal Rumble. So I'm going to check out that show and see how things play out, because I want to see Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair fight each other. Loser leaves WWF. So it's the Royal Rumble, and I got to say, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan on commentary. Straight fire, man. We started off with the Beverly Brothers versus the Steiner Brothers. Brothers. This was a fun tag team match. I don't know the backstory of why we got here with these two teams fighting, but I did really enjoy it. Beverly Brothers were pretty impressive, but the Steiner Brothers, that's a tag team. I mean, the finish and everything like that, but this was an awesome match. The Steiner Brothers get the win. Then we get a brain scan from Bobby Heenan showing, like, this is what happened, this is why, blah, 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 because he's always going to root against the good guys, rooting for Beverly Brothers. A really fun match. And then we get into the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty. And where's Sherry? Sherry comes out. She's going to be ringside. Who is she pledging her allegiance to? Is it Shawn Michaels or is it Marty? Who? This match was okay. I was expecting more. Definitely Shawn working on Marty's shoulder. It's so funny is when I go back and watch these old school shows from the 90s, especially the 80s, there's always a time when, especially in a singles match, when they pick an arm, they pick a leg to attack, or a back. So this one, Shawn Michaels picked the shoulder and arm of Marty Jannetty, beating him down. The finish was kind of sloppy. Sherry gets in the ring. She pulls her shoe off because the ref is down, and she's about to hit Shawn. Well, she slapped Shawn earlier, but she's about to hit Shawn with the shoe. Watch for the shoe. And Shawn ducked and hit Marty. Then she's like, and Shawn's in Sherry's face, and yeah, they just stand there for a long time, and then he takes out Marty, then he goes 1, 2, 3, and that was the finish, and then Sherry runs off, and then Gene's back, Mean Gene's in the back with her, then here comes Shawn, he runs back there, then Marty fights him, and this isn't over. This is far from over, because a backstage brawl happened, they pull him apart, but I will say, okay match. I was little disappointed because I expected a lot of Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty, especially for the Intercontinental Championship. But we shall see what happens. Well, I shall see, because I'm having fun with this. Then we get Bam Bam Bigelow versus Big Boss Man. I can't believe how Big Boss Man got that pop. I was like, Big Boss Man? I'm more of a Bam Bam Bigelow guy myself, if I shall say. But no, it was cool seeing these two go at it and everything like that. And there's just one spot, though. I don't know what Bam Bam was doing, but he had his arms wrapped around the waist of Big Boss Man with his head behind his back. And Big Boss Man selling, ah! And I was just like, what is he doing? He's basically giving you a hug around your waist. I don't know. It was an okay match. Bam Bam Bigelow for the win. Two big men, I'm saying, that can move. It was more of a, it was funny is that this match was like, with big spots. And I was like, this is too big, man. I was expecting the fast-paced match with Shawn and Marty, But no, that's fine. Shawn worked on the arm. Bam Bam worked on Big Boss Man's back. And Bam Bam got the win. Yeah. Then we see the video of Razor Ramon attacking Owen, the poor little brother of Bret Hart at that show, WWF Mania, not WrestleMania, but in the back, And we get a Razor promo, and then we get the Fink, who says, here we go, this is our WWF Championship match. Oh, then we get Mean Gene before this match starts with Bret Hart. And I gotta say, it's so crazy seeing how huge Bret Hart was. Like, a star. Like, that crowd, they did the backstage segment. Usually they show it on the screen. You can hear the crowd, but not here. And Razor Ramon's out there in the ring. He's waiting for Bret Hart. And, man, and then as soon as Bret Hart's music hits, that crowd just, he comes out. I'm just like, man, this is insane. I'm watching this, laying on the couch, eating potato chips, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is awesome, man. Then we get a really great WWF Championship match right here. Razor versus Bret. I mean, I had fun. Stu Hart's in the crowd. His family, his mom. I was like, hey, Stu, what up? What up, though? But no, back and forth battle for the WWF Championship. This is my match of the night. I really enjoyed this match right here, man. I even put it on the socials. I was like, man, this match is great. I got to rewatch this match because it's just a battle between these two. But Bret Hart retains the championship, and he'll go on to face whoever wins the 1993 Royal Rumble. Who could that be? Bobby the Brain Heenan, finally, he can introduce us to the narcissist. He's like the narcissist. This was odd. This really was odd. Like, it's Lex Luger. Let's just get that out of the way, And Lex Luger, he's on the track of making a comeback with DDP Yoga. He's been in the wheelchair. So nothing but love and praise for Lex Luger to get back to being fully healthy, or to regards of somewhat healthy. He's had a very rough life. But this was his introduction as the narcissist Lex Luger. Lex Luger. But Bobby is just... he's just like, look at that. Oh, he's just, look at that perfect specimen. Look at them biceps. Look at those arms. Look at them legs. And it's a very, very long segment. Then Lex Luger finally says something challenging and calling out Mr. Perfect and everything that Bobby the Brain Heenan separated with and everything like that. But great promo. I just felt it was just a little weird. I mean, they're like shooting it up in his crotch area. Like, look at this. Bobby's screaming. Look at how perfect they are. Look at those biceps. Oh, those muscles. Oh, the tan. It's just like, I was like, okay. Oh, man. Then we get Caesar and Cleopatra addressing the crowd for WrestleMania 9 and saying, let the games begin, because whoever wins the Royal Rumble will go to Las Vegas April 4th. WrestleMania. WrestleMania 9, and face the champion, and that's going to be Bret Hart. But, start off the bat here. We get Ric Flair and Bob Backlund. Bob lasts the whole thing. And if I remember right, Ric Flair won last year, and that was when the championship was on the line, and he got that championship. And I believe this is Ric Flair's last year here. So we got these two battling it out. We get Papa Shango. Then we get Ted DiBiase, Brian Knobbs, Virgil, Jerry Lawler, Max Moon, and we get Mr. Perfect, Tyrio, Skinner. I was like, okay, this is just full of just random people. But I'm looking at the stars of this thing. I'm looking at Ric Flair, looking at Bob, looking at Ted. I'm looking at Jerry, I'm like Mr. Perfect. Like, I'm looking at these guys. Then we got Coco Beware. Man, he's a small thing. Samu, Berserker, and Undertaker. And I'm having a lot of fun here. Like, I really am. Undertaker comes out. Terry Taylor comes out. And then I just, out of nowhere, Gonzalez comes out. Who's this guy? I'm like, oh, what? Like, then the ring gets cleared. and Gonzalez comes and attacks Undertaker. They're going to go have that god-awful match at WrestleMania 9. But yeah, he just attacks Undertaker, and I was like, I don't think this should count. He's not even in the match, and he just eliminated the Undertaker. And the best part about it is, like, there was nobody really in the ring. There was no star power really after that for a while. I was just like, oh, okay. Taker's just laying there, and Gonzalez leaves and whatnot. But as the match goes, Damien Demento, then we get Irwin and Tatanka, Jerry Sags, like Typhoon, Fatu. I'm like, Earthquake. I'm like, where's the stars? Carlos Colon. We got Tito Santana. All right. Rick Martel, who was really big in that game. Okay, cool. But that spot with Gonzalez just completely just stopped the fun for me. In this Royal Rumble, it just completely killed the mood. And, after we get Rick Martel, Yokozuna, Owen Hart, Repo Man, and Randy Savage brings the crowd back alive. Like, Macho Man, brother. Ooh, yeah. He comes out there, Randy Savage. And I felt like that's when the crowd got back into it. And, but yeah, the Gonzalez thing really killed the momentum of this Royal Rumble. And I was like, man, all the stars are gone. There's not even one person here except Bob Backlund, who lasts throughout the entire thing. And they kept, and buddies like Bobby the Brain, he just kept on saying, he's 43 years old. Gorilla Monsoon, is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Bob Backlund. And then the final four is Rick Martel, Yokozuna, Randy Savage, and Bob Backlund. I was like, okay. But Rick Martel got eliminated. Bob Backlund got eliminated. Now it's down to Yokozuna and Randy Savage going at it, and Randy trying, but the finish of this Royal Rumble is the weirdest and most awful thing I've probably seen in a long time. I know of this finish because it's always like trending or stuff. And don't forget the worst finish to a Royal Rumble. We've had some doozies back in our time here with Royal Rumbles, but he finally gets Yokozuna. He finally gets him down. And he's like, he's going to the top rope. He drops the elbow. Then for some reason, he covers him. And Bob was like, you can't cover him in a match. But this spot was intentional I felt like if he did the elbow, landed right on Yokozuna, and then they did the spot where he pushed him so hard and so fast where he went over the top rope, I think that would have worked unless Randy came down and he messed up and he rolled over, then he just lays on top of him, and obviously Yokozuna just pushes him off, and Macho sells and goes to the out, and then boom, Yokozuna's the he's the Royal Rumble winner. He will face Bret Hart at WrestleMania April 4th and everything. But man, like I said, I had a really, really fun time with this Rumble until Gonzalez came out, and then it just kind of killed it for me. Then we got to the final four, which I was scratching my head. I'm like, okay, sure. But Yokozuna winning that way, and that certain way was just like, okay, well, that was fun. Well, this was the Royal Rumble 1993, and my match of the night is Razor Ramon versus Bret Hart for the WWF Championship. Awesomeness. I would say second to that is the Intercontinental Championship. But I had a lot of fun watching this show, seeing everybody, and just thinking in my brain, like, man, the people we lost, throughout the years in this business. But it was nice to go back, and I'm gonna watch the Monday Night Raw after, because they did say, like with Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair, how they hate each other and loser leaves WWF. I was like, ooh, Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair in the ring on a Monday Night Raw? Let's go, Dad! But I just wish we could just get all the Raws on Netflix. But I know they're probably going to add them on first of the month and whatever. We're going to keep paying Netflix our monies and whatnot. So, I don't know. Tell me what you thought of this Royal Rumble. Was it your favorite? It's not really my favorite. I scratched my head about Yokozuna winning, but he was a massive threat to Bret Hart, and then they do the weird thing at WrestleMania. So I'm going to review WrestleMania 9 as well, because I want to see the outcome of this. It's been so long since I've seen these shows, from rewatches from me being a kid, getting them on the Coliseum VHS, watching these things and enjoying them. So it was really cool just sitting back today and being like, you know what? I'm going to watch Royal Rumble 1993. Why not? And I'm really glad I did. WWF, Razor Ramon, WWF Championship, Razor Ramon, and Bret Hart got my blood pumping for Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm like, let's go, man. I'm in the WWE spirit. Yeah, so that's it. That's all. I give this Royal Rumble a solid 3. 3 out of 5. Royal Rumble 1993, January 24th in Sacramento, California, with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary. And that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.